Happy Friday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Friday Night Live. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Elise. What's up, Rev? What's going on, good people? Yeah, come on in. The doors of the church is open. Yes, yes. Okay, hold on. Wait. Something's happening here. Hmm. Why is it? Why is it doing that? Anyway, okay. You like the background? Yeah, yeah. I was trying to find my castle. I couldn't find the castle that I wanted. I just can't figure out how to turn. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can see me. And I'm trying to change the light. But anyway, it doesn't matter. How we feeling? Where's your mind? Hey, Unique. Should I be concerned with the how or the when? Dang, we just gonna jump right in it. The how or the when? The, eh, the how or the when? Neither. Neither. Mm-mm. What is either? Wh- What is that going? How do you help yourself if you are concerned with the how? Would you say the how or the when? How do you help yourself by doing that? What control do you have over how it goes, when it comes? What control do you have over that? That's such a uh it's this interesting concept of when you first decide you're gonna change your life, right? It's like take control, tell yourself that you are all that is, and I get what I want, that I'm the authority. Here's a secret, okay? Part of this game to gain control is to learn how to relinquish it. Ah, ah. To really be in control of your life is to surrender. See, everybody likes, especially the fellas love the idea of the submissive woman. See, it's the woman in you that must be submissive. It's that feeling, intuitiveness, that feminine side in you that has to be receptive and submissive to the higher direction, the higher desire. So the how of the wind is none of your business. I if you really want to create some suffering, what did I even change the name? I can't remember what I titled this. Something about hell, something about undisciplined mind. Yeah, that's part of the undisciplined mind, obsessing about the how and the when. Because what you're saying is, I my confidence and my certainty comes from the external changing. Ah, I'm waiting. I'm a slave to what I see. I'm a slave to what people call the 3D. I'm at its mercy. So I'll know that it's official. I'll know that I'm really good at this. I'll know that I've arrived once it changes. But if it don't change, then I know I ain't got there yet. If it don't change, then I know I'm not her yet. I'm not him yet. So I'm a victim. That's what it looks like. It's like people waiting for someone else to apologize for doing them wrong. They're a slave. They'll never be free. It's once they right their wrongs, then I'll be good. But since they will not acknowledge what they did to me, then, well, I'm stuck. So, no, we turning our attention from that altogether. You know what you're really doing? You're learning how not to be moved by appearances. We talked about this earlier today, right? For our check-in in the inner circle. This is you are Jesus on the cross. Jesus is on the cross, right? He up there with the thieves. And the chitter chatter, the spectators is like, look at this nigga here. I thought you were supposed to be the Christ. I thought you were supposed to be the Son of God. If you are, come down. This is the temptation that's happening in your own mind. That's saying, if you really a master manifester, make that shift. If you really have arrived, if you really good at this, if you really the master, if you really all that is, all this talk you be talking, if that's really true, make the money show up. Because if it don't show up, that means you ain't it. Yeah, yeah. That's the spectator is happening in your own mind. That's the undisciplined mind. Especially when you yield to that. This is the tug of war that's happening. You being on the cross is where the old mind comes to die. The old perspective, the old story comes to die. Yeah. You think about the story in and of itself, right? Let's take it literal. You really think the Christ couldn't come down if he wanted to? You really think he could? Of course he could. Of course he could. Now, the church will flip it and say, this is because he loved you so. He came for your, died for your sins, all that other jazz. But we know that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, yeah. The outcome, I got no control. See, I'm telling myself that I'm always in control. I'm telling myself that I'm the authority, right? But when I say that, I'm coming from the perspective that I know that it's my father that does the work. Who is my father? My awareness that does the work. So the control comes from me knowing that I am abundant. Just being aware that I'm abundant is what makes me abundant. Me being aware that I'm healed and healthy and taken care of and provided for, that is what makes it so. Ah, ah. What's up, Final? Hey, Tosh. This is gonna be one of them ones. I can feel it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, you make sense. So ignore the 3D. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of ignoring the 3D because people turn the 3D into a little demon. They turn it into a monster, an adversary. And the 3D ain't done nobody wrong. The 3D is you. All of this whole, if it's a mirror, if it's a reflection, it's like standing in the mirror and you seeing a booger hanging out your nose, and you like, I'm gonna ignore it because it's not, this is an illusion. This is not really real. No, get the book out your nose. No, I'm not banging with the 3D. I think it would be better said to turn your attention from the 3D, right? But I don't even know, like, is that really what you're doing? Keep your attention on what you want. Focus on the truth of who you are. 3 words. Who am I? Who am I? That's the question. When you're having a meltdown, ask yourself, who am I? Who am I right now? When I'm believing that this is final, that this is locked in, that I'm stuck, and I ain't got no options, who am I being right now? Mm. Mm. That's delicious, ain't it? That's delicious, ain't it? Hey Sharon, you ain't missed much. We just got started. We just got started. I'm not trying to fight anything. This is always my rule of thumb. This is what I pay a lot of attention to. Where am I fighting? What are you fighting? So I'm not making no devil the problem. I'm not trying to make my thoughts, even when I don't feel good, even when I feel like, ugh, things are thick and it's on me. I'm not trying to make that the problem. When I look at the circumstances, they don't appear to be moving. I'm not trying to make it the problem. I'm not fighting that because when I fight it, I'm validating it as the truth. I don't need it to change to be confident. I don't need it to change to validate me. I don't need it to change for me to be certain. So I think what's tiring people out was creating a lot of mental anguish. It's I'm doing the things with the hope that I'll look at things and they'll look different. However, as I'm doing the things, I don't see nothing change. So I'm fighting. I'm fighting like I'm trying to figure out one more thing to do. And then it comes into, I think all of us have experienced this, right? Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Well, ask yourself, who am I? What state of mind do you got to be entertaining that you can even get it wrong? Where are you in mind that you go into, oh, you're judging based on circumstance? Yeah. John said, I am trying to manifest a new job. I am going to use this information. Everyone on YouTube says ignore the 3D, but I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I just wouldn't make it my enemy. I want to be at peace with everything. I'm understanding that everything is reflecting me. And when I say me, it's what I'm currently aware of. So why would I be mad at it? So if I see struggle before me, right? If I see my bank account is not looking the way I want, oh, let's go with looking for the job, right? Appreciate you, Josh. Um, why am I gonna get mad? Like, let's just say you went for 3 interviews and you thought it went well, and then you didn't get a call back. I'm turning the lens to myself. Am I certain? Am I sure of me? Do I trust me? Do it have I changed? If all the things that you say to yourself, I don't know what you say to yourself. Do you say I am a creator? Do you say as I think so I am? Do you say this world is a reflection of me? That where I put my attention, energy goes. I know I'm provided for. I know I'm taken care of. I am one with all that is. Like if I say that when I'm witnessing circumstances that I don't like, right? Has that changed? That's all I'm dialing in on. I'm staying right where I am. And really, what you're training yourself to do is not to panic. A lot of people have gotten caught up in like, oh, this is your nervous system. Yeah, yeah, it's your nervous system responding. But guess what? Is it responding to? It's responding to what you're currently aware of. So if you are aware that I'm not lucky, that I'm not getting what I want, that it ain't this simple because I have been applying for jobs and I ain't getting a call back, or I was getting callbacks and then it never goes through. So where do you go? These are your own inner triggers. These are what's happening. You're triggering yourself. Right? Where does your mind go? Where do you allow your mind to take you? Are you off the throne? Huh? Do you come down off the cross? Instead of letting the old mind die, do you come down to try to prove the naysayers, to try to prove to your own thoughts and feelings that, oh, okay. No, no, no. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it happen instead of just staying, coming to right back to that. No, I know that I'm good. I know it can't miss me. The right, perfect, ideal job for me cannot miss me. It's their pleasure for me to come on board. They need me. I don't need the job. Nigga, I don't need the job. They need me. They need me. They're looking for me. I'm not looking for the job. I'm not hoping and praying. They the one hoping and praying. Did I say yes? Yes, I'll take that job. That's the one I like. Appreciate you. Just said for the super chat. Drop something into the collection plate, folks. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You gonna be chill tonight? Okay, Elise said everybody y'all hear that now. Elise said she gonna be chill. I say that I am at peace and in a peaceful state, all things manifest upon me. I say this is my meditation, but damn, you are right. Sometimes I get anxiety, right? But what do you say about the anxiety? Is the anxiety wrong? See, does your state of mind change when you have human emotions? Or do you hop right back in there? I get the right to feel anxious. I'm getting a little concerned right now. I get the right to feel a little uneasy. I'm getting worried now, right? I get the right to experience human emotions. I just don't judge them. I'm just not judging them. I'm not making me wrong. In no circumstance am I making me wrong. See, if I judge my state by how I feel, the moment I don't feel good and powerful, now I've told myself I done slid. I'm off the path. Now I'm not locked in like I'm supposed to be. I'm not in my powerful. I'm not in my God state. No, I'm telling myself no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, I'm gonna watch me feel sorry for myself. I'm gonna watch me feel afraid. I'm gonna watch me feel nervous. I'm validating every single emotion, and I'm gonna be still and know. I'm gonna remind it. I'm gonna allow that so that I don't fight with it. I'm not making it wrong because I'm aware of it. That's why I'm experiencing it. Then I'm coming in because I'm aware of it. I'm gonna choose. So I let myself have that moment and then I hop right back in. Let me tell you something. We ain't got these problems. I know some people might. We don't have these problems. We gets what we want. You understand? The world bends to me. I'm not at the mercy of no particular circumstance or condition. I'm not even at the mercy of my own emotions and feelings. No, I'm going to tell us, mind, body, spirit, listen, yo, this is what it is. I am. Who am I? I'm certain. Who am I? I'm confident. Who am I? I'm sure. And I'm going to keep returning to that as many times as necessary, right? That's the whole idea of putting your attention on what you want so that you become aware that this is who you are. This is the truth of who you are, that I don't have to worry anymore. And you just soothe yourself with that, almost like you're your own child. Like, listen, we don't have to stress anymore. We ain't got to worry. It don't matter what nobody doing. It don't matter what the economy doing. It don't matter what the headline in the news is. See, what would help us is to turn your attention away from the things that seem to invoke fear, doubt, frustration. That would help a lot. Like just turn from that. Stop talking to people who telling you, well, you know, this ain't no good time. No, no, you know what I'm saying? All the jobs they leaving. They get no, because the AI, they listen, I'm telling you, they might be interviewing, they might have the applications up, but there ain't nobody hiring because the AI taking over. Like, no, we're not talking to these people. They don't even know what they're talking about. Right? Final said, forewarning, you come in with all that silly, freaky yin yang talk. I'm throwing you out. Listen, my on duty. Sharon said, when you're in an emergency situation, the 3D feels so real. And that's why I don't think it's a benefit to try to tell people to fight against that. I don't think we help people. And I'm gonna just tell you from my own personal experience. Forget what other people talking about. In the moments when I feel the tension in my chest. I have felt me say, "Rook, you don't have to worry about this," but my emotions are almost like they got a mind of their own. Fighting that has only made it worse. Fighting that has only made it worse. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No, when I allow that to be, not fighting. Everything has a right to exist, even the parts that I don't like, even the parts that are not my preference. It's a whole. We talked about that this week. It's one coin, two sides. One side is what I want, one side is what I don't want. Just because I'm witnessing what I don't want, guess what also has to exist? What I do want. So all I got to do is put my attention on that. It's okay to understand that a lot of us have lived, man. We've had some different experiences. We done came through some different channels. We even as children, we've been in environments where this was the norm to panic, to worry, to be driven by fear. So to deny yourself of yourself, it ain't it. Actually, this wasn't a title for the night. The title was supposed to be the what was it? Maybe I do a video on it. How love and light ain't gonna save you. Love and light ain't gonna save you, baby. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. No, you get to the love and light, but you don't get there without going through the dark. So this whole idea, even though we are saying, let's get clear on what we're saying here. Put your attention on what you want. Okay. Think in your favor. Expect things to work in your good. That's where you stay. You dialing in on this is what's the truth for me. This is my ideal world. I always get what I want. I'm abundant. I'm loved. I'm taken care of. I never get it wrong. I'm always in the right place at the right time. Boom. That's what you're doing. You hitting it, right? However, However, the more aware you become, it's like a radio, right? Depending on where you are, what area you're in, are you in the city, in the country? You don't pick up as many channels depending on what area you in. When you are more aware, you're going to pick up more things. And sometimes you notice more of what you don't want. And so you think you're doing something wrong. You're saying, how could I be affirming more than I ever have? How can I be meditating more than I ever have? I'm be reading books, I'm listening to videos, like I'm saturating my mind more than I ever have. How in the hell am I feel like I'm getting worse. I feel like I'm seeing worse of life. Okay. Is that a problem? Or do you make that a reality by reacting to it, by making it wrong and bad and then fighting with it? Let it pass. This is a mental screen. Okay. I ain't gotta like it. I ain't never telling nobody to like what you don't like. I'm never doing that. I don't like that. I don't do that. So I'm gonna just say right now. Again, to me, that's that whole trying to ignore. Like you, let's say you had a family situation and you got beef. Like you was really done wrong. People just tell you, no, you just get over it. No, I'm gonna acknowledge that I don't like it. I'm gonna acknowledge I don't like them. Right now, I don't feel like I love them. Whether I do or not, that's just where I am. Right? I'm validating all parts of me. And then I'm choosing. See the difference? Awareness is the game. I want to be aware of me. I do not trust people who only want to stay in the light, who only want to stay in the love. I don't trust you because I know you don't know you. Sorry. No, you don't know you. You're a danger, not only to yourself, but everybody else. Yeah, to me, you're a ticking time bomb. Huh? Yeah, yeah, that's why you're easily influenced because you don't know what's looming. You don't know the creepy crawlers that are looming in the background, underneath the surface, because you never allow yourself to go there. Anything that makes you uncomfortable, that makes you afraid, that triggers you, right? What do we have a tendency to do? Right? These types of people, what do they have a tendency to do? Look for an outlet. I'm gonna escape. Yep, I'm going to look for something else to numb that. Let me drink, let me smoke, let me get some sex in, let me scroll, let me anything. It could be anything. Anything that you do that doesn't allow you to just sit and watch yourself be uncomfortable, be triggered. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, champ? I hear a lot about AI taking jobs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, it all feels real, and that's why when you're in the midst of it, even though we get up here and we talk junk sometimes, we be like, "Why y'all tripping over? Y'all know it ain't real, this or that." No, when you're in the thick of it, when you're in the thick of it, it feels real. What what can you do? Three words. Who am I? You have to break the momentum. You have to jump in. You have to jump in when the mind is just running. Again, this is what the undisciplined mind is. It's taking you all over everywhere. It's saying you have reason to doubt. You have reason to be fearful. Listen, panic. Things are running out. You're not going to be able to take care of yourself. You're not going to be able to pay your bills. Don't you see what's happening? You have to interrupt that. Sitting with yourself. Practice sitting with yourself. Practice meditating, right? Practice sitting in stillness. Meditating and sitting in stillness, I see those as two different things. Because to meditate means to contemplate. I heard a yogi give a great definition of meditation. And I think he said meditation is, I'm probably going to jack it up, so I'm going to freestyle it. But something to the effect of meditation is the ability to hold one thought in mind. This is such a great practice. It's such a great practice. Because when you say you are abundant, can you hold that thought? When you say you rich, when you say you're a millionaire, when you say I always have more than enough, can you maintain that thought without the chitter chatter coming in like nigga your broke self? No, you just had So and so happened. You had your car repoed at the first of the year. You know, got kicked out. And remember this. This is delinquent. You are abundant. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's an attention game. This is why we start with attention. Put your attention on what you want. Put your attention on what you want. Sharon said, "How you know my life? Listen, listen, listen. Yeah, you got to find moments of stillness. You have to practice this. If it agitates you a lot, for some people, I do understand why they don't want to do it. Like it's very triggering, almost like a, almost like PTSD, almost, almost. However, you can start, even if it's a couple minutes or a couple seconds of just stilling yourself. What is it like if I don't have outside stimulants? Oh, okay, I know what I wanted to read. I went in the crates and pulled out my Neville, right? Damn, did I lose a spot? Where is it? Okay. Yeah, let me read this. This is the essential collection. So it's like 9 books in here. Um, can I be in stillness just by sitting and listening? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just stillness is just what it is. Even if you're in the shower, right? You're in the toilet. Just, just let's use another word for stillness. I'm just turning my attention to myself. That's all it means. Not trying to fix. It doesn't mean I'm trying to silence the mind. Don't try to silence the mind. Do not try to silence the mind. Because trying to silence the mind is gonna make that sucker go in overdrive. It's like trying to steal water. No, I'm just turning my attention. I want to become the observer. I want to practice being aware of me and what I'm thinking, not trying to fix anything. What's up, Ray? Ray said heaven and hell is in the mind. Facts. Facts. So the good brother Neville said there are 2 actual outlooks on the world. What is this? Okay. I got some shit playing over here. There are 2 actual outlooks on the world possessed by everyone. A natural focus and a spiritual focus. The ancient teachers call the one the carnal mind and the other the mind of Christ. We may differentiate them as ordinary waking consciousness, which is governed by our senses, and then a controlled imagination that's governed by desire. Uh, we recognize these 2 distinct centers of thought in the statement. Oh, he done gave us a scripture. Grab your Bibles and go with me. What is this? I think this is 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. It says, the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. The idea that he ain't got to do no work, that's foolishness to the carnal mind. That you taken care of no matter what, that you live in a peaceful and loving world? No, the carnal mind says absolutely not. That's not how it works. And the carnal mind is going to give you examples of why you live in a dangerous, ugly, and unfulfilling world. Neither can he know them, for they are spiritually discerned. You got to have another eye to see the glory. One eye is good. It helps you navigate this world, helps you analyze, it helps you separate, it helps you pull things apart and examine them. We need that. Wonderful. But that other eye keeps our attention on ourselves as all that is, not separated. I don't want to read that part. So, the habit of seeing only that which our senses permit renders us totally blind to what we otherwise could see. Did you hear that? To cultivate the faculty of seeing the invisible. You see that? Cultivating the faculty. Like we're developing this. It's not that it requires work, because this looks different for everybody. But you got to just be cool with the idea that, okay, this is important for me to develop, just like developing muscle. To cultivate the faculty of seeing the invisible, we should often deliberately disentangle our minds from the evidence of the senses and focus our attention on an invisible state, mentally feeling it. Now, for all the Neville haters, you see how he said mentally feeling it? Y'all get so caught up in, you don't have to feel it. You don't have to feel it. It's talking about in mind. Feeling it in mind is just accepting it, not disputing it, not contradicting it, just accepting it. Sensing it until it has all the distinctness of reality. Earnest, concentrated thought, focus in a particular direction shuts out other sensations and causes them to disappear. You see how that happens? It's a concentrated thought. It's taking your attention off one and putting it on the other. Not necessarily trying to ignore what you see. You see it. How you gonna like when you're in a really tough situation, you see it. You're in the midst of it. If you live somewhere you don't want to be, you come home to that every day. If you go to a job you don't like every day, then you see it. No, I'm just putting my attention, I'm putting my concentrated thought on what I want. And by default, it shuts out these other sensations. You have to trust that though. We have but to concentrate on the state desired in order to see it. Concentrate on the state desired in order to see it. This is how you turn light on it. So, the habit of withdrawing attention from the region of sensation and concentrating it on the invisible develops our spiritual outlook and enables us to penetrate beyond the world of sense and to see that which is invisible. This is a you game, friend. If you don't want to learn yourself, familiarize yourself with yourself, be disciplined with yourself, I don't know what to tell you. Dr. Money Magnet in the house. He goes on to say, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. So is it hard when you say, well, I've been trying and it's hard? Is it hard? Or is your attention scattered? Sometimes you don't know because you're not aware. That's why it's always start with your attention. Start with your attention. It's always pay attention to what triggers you. What pays attention to what triggers you is letting you know where your awareness is, whether you know it or not. Yeah, me versus me. This vision is completely independent of the natural faculties. A little practice will convince us that we can, by controlling our imagination, reshape our future in harmony with our desire. Desire is the mainspring of action. We could not move a single finger unless we had a desire to move it. So no matter what we do, we follow the desire, which at the moment dominates our mind. Ooh. When we break a habit, our desire to break it is greater than the desire to continue in the habit. That's why I like rock bottom for some people. I know all about it. Because sometimes with your stubborn self, it ain't enough until it hurt a little bit. It ain't enough to move you until it hurt a little bit. So you really get so sick and tired of your own crap. It ain't that discipline is hard. No, it's not. Because we're all disciplined in something. The desires which impel us to action are those that hold our attention. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. The desires which impel us to action are those that hold our attention. This is, you see how we start with attention? We talk about awareness, but how do you get to be aware of certain things? You got to put your attention on something different. You take your attention off the world, you put it on yourself. You take your attention off of not having money and you put it on abundance. Even when you are witnessing yourself have no money, you put your attention on abundance. And how do you do that? In the beginning was the word. You tell yourself, yeah. You tell yourself before you see anything change. You just start to tell yourself. Law of assumption. I'm going to assume that I'm good. To him who is weak, say I am strong. Yeah, you got to get tired of being sick and tired. Hey, Keita, where are we? A desire is but an awareness of something we lack, or I would phrase that something we think we lack, or need to make our life more enjoyable. Isn't that what desire is? Of course it is. Desire always has some personal gain in view. The greater the anticipated gain, the more intense the desire. You don't know what yours is. Some people it's a lover, some people it's money, some people it's health, some people it's the ideal job, some people it's no job, whatever. There is absolutely no unselfish desire. So anybody trying to make you feel bad for choosing yourself and wanting certain things, they're a liar and a fraud. When there is nothing to gain, there is no desire. Huh? Yeah. You ever want to motivate people? Offer them something in return. Yeah. Yeah. The reason why some people don't want to learn, some people don't want to become aware of themselves because they don't see no gain in it. Like, no, just tell me how to manifest the 50,000 heifer. Just tell me how to get my person. They don't see the benefit. What's up, Philip? They don't see the benefit. They don't see any gain. So it's like I don't have a desire to do that. I don't have a desire. They don't even look like no, what I'm becoming in the process, how I'm becoming aware of myself, how I'm learning every nook and cranny of me, the intricacies of me, my triggers, what makes me feel good, what makes me come alive, what turns my soul on fire, what makes me afraid, what makes me cower. That's Guess that ain't good enough, I guess. The spiritual man speaks to the natural man through the language of desire, the key to progress in life and to the fulfillment of dreams lies in ready obedience to this voice. That's what you're obedient to, huh? I'll take both for 200. You have to be obedient. So I always say that church people love scripture because they want to like beat other people with it. No, it's about you. Don't say other people being disobedient to God. Are you being obedient? Huh? To the higher yourself. What's up, JLM? Where are we? Okay, and then we'll skip that part. Da da da. Unhesitating obedience to his voice is an immediate assumption of the wish fulfilled. To desire a state is to have it. To desire a state is to have it. This is why it makes no sense for you to get mad at your family and friends because they don't have the desires you got. They don't see it the way you see it. They are fine. Oh, that's backside. Oh, okay, backside in the house. Greetings, my friends. Yes, yes, yes. The desire to desire a state is to have it. They don't have the desire because they don't have it. They are not of the awareness the way you are. You trying to get them to work for themselves. They don't want to. You want to do that. You feel that I don't have to make money in a conventional way. It came to you. You aware of it. That's why it's on you to do. It's on you to bust a move. Mm. As Pascal has said, you would not have sought me had you not already found me. You really think you're looking for love? You're not looking for love. You're not look. People think manifest means to get. Manifest means to see. It's not to get what I don't have, it's to see what I do have. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let's say it again. When I'm manifesting, I'm not trying to get what I don't have. I am seeing what I do have, friend. Huh? Appreciate you, Final, for the super chat. These uh, uh, it's me. The world needs to do nothing different. I don't need nobody to change anything they're doing for me to be certain in myself. So whether that person shows up for me or not, I still know I'm loved. If they leave or not, I still know I'm loved. Now, I'm not expecting them to leave now. Now, I'm gonna check any assumptions of me thinking against myself. But if that is what I happen to experience and to witness, I'm still her. I can't not be her. You understand? Man, by assuming the feeling of his wish fulfilled and then living and acting on this assumption, alters the future in harmony with his assumption. Well, you just assuming your favor. People be act like I be telling you to like jump off a bridge or something. I said just think in your favor. I'm saying expect things to work in your favor. Look for the good. That's all we saying. See that you live in a lovely life. No, I don't. See that you live in a loving world. No, I don't. The world is evil. Okay, friend. Here we go. The undisciplined mind finds it difficult to assume a state which is denied by the senses. You're in hell because you won't discipline your mind. This is why you find it difficult to go against. Huh? This is Christ on the cross. They saying the chitter chatter is saying, don't just sit on the cross. Prove yourself. If you really the Christ, come down. It was a temptation to make matter move. That's what they were saying. That's what the inner, those other cardinal thoughts are saying. Don't listen to her. Mm-mm. No, if you really are rich and abundant, make the money show up now. Go do something. Go do something to make it happen. You can still do something. Ain't nothing wrong with doing something. As long as you know it's my Father that does the work. It's my awareness, the fact that I become aware of that. That's what it is. So even if I didn't do nothing, so called, huh? Can't miss it. Can't miss it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Experience has taught me to restrict the imaginary action, to condense the idea, which is to be the object of our meditation. It's a bringing your attention to yourself. This is what heightens your awareness. I become aware of what I'm thinking. I don't even know that I go off the rails when I get triggered. Are you conscious all throughout the day? How do you know if you ain't paying attention? This is why we say get intentional about just speaking power to yourself. See if that annoys you. That's a great indicator. You start speaking power to yourself and you just get angry, like, this is stupid. Wait a minute, friend. It's just like getting in the car playing your favorite song. Why do you play your favorite song every time you go to work or every time you go on a road trip? Do you ever get tired of that? No, you like it because it speaks to you. It speaks your language. So why in the world would speaking power to yourself agitate you? Unless it's stirring up some demons in there. Uh-oh. That is what I like to know. I want to know what part of me fights against what I know is true. Mm. I'm not assuming now something fights against me, but I am curious why there's tension, why there's friction when I'm doing nothing but speaking life to myself. That shouldn't be a problem. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, what's the second part here? Men believe in the reality of the external world because they do not know how to focus and condense their powers to penetrate its thin crust. What keeps most of us tripped up? Because it is very easy to start blaming the outside world. The moment you go to blame the outside world, you've taken your attention off yourself. The moment you do that, the moment you say it's them, the moment you say it's the job, it's the boss, it's the co-worker, your attention is not on you anymore. You're now in victim mode. You've now, I ain't say you're supposed to like it now. I ain't saying that you can't talk about it. Sometimes you feel like you want to talk about something. But is that right? Can you control it? Maybe that's a better way to put it. Can you stop talking about it? Because if you can't stop talking about it, it's controlling you. You should be able to just put a halt to it. Like, okay, well, yeah, it is what it is. I'm all that is. It don't change nothing. It don't mean anything. You see what I'm saying? The one purpose, he goes on to say, this book has only one purpose: the removing of the veil of the senses, the traveling into another world. Are you tired of fighting with the world you're in? To remove the veil of the senses, we do not employ great effort. The objective world vanishes by turning our attention away from it. Ah, seems simple enough, right? Why we ain't doing it then? It seems simple enough. Keep my attention on what I want. Tell the story of what I want, not of what I don't want. Tell the story of what I have, not of what I don't have. That's the whole point of gratitude, for the record. Being thankful. It's not trying to force yourself to like something you don't like. It's about acknowledging what is, because it takes your attention off of what's not. It's about acknowledging who I am. It takes your attention off of who I am not. That's the whole freaking practice. Sharon said, if you can't stop talking about it, it's controlling you. Yeah, I'm just, you got free will to talk about anything. But if you can't stop doing it, if you can't, I would dial in on what I can't stop doing, what I can't stop eating. Hmm? Hmm? Why do I say something ain't good for me? Somebody ain't good for me, but I keep reaching back. I'm not even initially, I ain't even looking for an answer. I'm just posing a question. Oh, I wish I could think of that neuroscience. It's a terminology for this, right? Of what you do when you pose questions, like ask formations. It activates a different part of your mind to go looking for that. We talked about it before, that when you make a statement, often the mind has a tendency to fight that because it's fact checking and it's saying, based on what we know, that's some bullshit. That based on what we know about you, the fact that you don't have to work hard for money, we see that that is a lie, right? So it's sometimes useful to just pose the question. I know I was not made just to work like a dog. I know I'm not here on this planet for just enough, just to get by. Mm-mm. I know. I no, no. Pose the question. Pose the question. So let's see. We'll finish it up here. We have only to concentrate on the state desired in order to mentally see it. So there's always a big debate about, do you have to mentally see it? But people say, well, I can't see things mentally. Well, practice. Practice. Yeah, if you would like. Anything that you would like to do that you feel like you're not able to do at this moment, then practice. Put your attention on it. Just make it a thing. I have a desire and I have the will and the yeah, the desire and will to do it. That's enough. Just let it be. Let it unfold on its own. So we only have to concentrate on the state desired in order to mentally see it, but to give it reality so that it will become an objective fact. We must focus attention upon the invisible until it has the feeling of reality. Hey, Kristen, you're going to have to ask yourself if you can run out of gas with you. That's what you're going to have to ask yourself. You're going to have to ask yourself, is the pursuit of me too much work? Is it a timeline? Okay. Is there expiration date? Is there a point where I say, well, I done had enough? Listen, I've been trying to do this for months, for years. I don't know. You have to ask yourself that. You're talking to the wrong person. I just been at it for too long. I don't understand that kind of talk. You tired? Then tell yourself you never get tired. You feel like it's too much work? You tell yourself nothing is too much work. Tell yourself it's my pleasure to spend time with me. It's my pleasure to learn me. I never get tired. I never get tired of becoming more aware of me. I never get tired of speaking in my favor. I never get tired of expecting things to unfold in my favor. You can't You can't tell me that you can't do that. And you also can't tell me, I know some folks say, well, it's easy to say if you've had people to guide you, if you've had people to do XYZ, if you had an upbringing. Well, I ain't had none of that. So now what? Appreciate you, Terrence. Huh? W- Now what? If you want to, you will. If it's important for you to get in control of your mind, you will. If it's important for you not to be a slave to your emotions and to your thoughts, so it'll be. So it'll be. This is how this game works. It's really, really simple. Hey Ricky, it's really, really simple. It's really, really simple. So the hell that we are in, a lot of people are in that they don't know they're in, right? Is from the mind being out of control with inability to focus. Inability to focus. All of us can try this with really simple things. Can you put your phone down? Can you sit your phone down? Can you put it on do not disturb and not have a tendency to just go pick it up every freaking 10 minutes to see? Because some people put their a phone on do not disturb and then they keep checking it. It's just like, well, you put it on do not disturb and now you're checking it even more than you were before. Can you do that? Little things, little things. If I'm sitting down to do one thing, like the amount of people who will sit down and watch a movie, but then also scroll on social media at the same time. Huh? What are we doing? Little things. The mind is all over the place. It is not that you are incapable. It's not that you weak. It's not that you got blockages and resist it. Ain't it's none of that. No, the mind is scattered. The mind is scattered. You got to bring it home. And you do that by eliminating things. It has a lot to do with self-love. Hmm. Oh, you could frame it that way. You could frame it that way. Like at the root of it, how we see ourselves, right? Um to some degree, I think we could tie it back to self-love, self-trust. A big part of it is just like trusting self. But I know for me, sometimes you can go through the motions of life for years and you have spent so much time not dealing with certain things that you don't even notice. Like you're not even aware you're in the thick of it. You're not even aware that you looping. Like you feel unhappy, you feel dissatisfied, but you're not able to make the connection. Like you keep telling yourself, I know I want to do something different. I don't know why I keep doing the same thing. I say I'm gonna do this, but I don't follow through. Like you're not aware of your behavior. You're not aware of your tendencies. Sharon said, stop telling my business. Ricky said, yep, my mind was scattered recently. This is definitely the entry point to the hell realm for me. Yeah, every single time. Because once the mind gets scattered, guess what you're gonna do first? You're gonna overthink. So to Eva's point, there is a lack of self-love, right? I'm the more I overthink, the less I'm trusting myself. Because if I'm trusting myself, I ain't got to do a bunch of overthinking. I know what to do, when to do, how to do. I make a decision here, cool. I make a decision there. Even if I start seeing it unravel a little bit in a direction that I didn't want it to go in, doesn't matter. I still trust myself. So that scattered mind, I'm not focused on one thing. More importantly, I'm not focused on myself. You can bet your ass on that. The focus is on usually the problem or what you're perceiving to be the problem. The focus is on what's not working. The focus is on what I don't have, what might not show up on time. The focus is on, am I doing it wrong? Am I making the wrong decision? Is that right? It's not a trusting. That self love and self trust, they're really one and the same. One and the same. Because when I trust myself, I can I can feel okay. I'm not gonna say I don't feel nerves. That's part of human experience, right? But I really can just make a decision and stand on it. Like I can stand on it. Let the chips fall where they may, because I know I can't lose. No matter what I do, I can't lose. I got my fundamentals in place. What are they? We talked about them last week. What about 4 pillars? Hmm. I trust myself. That's number one. That's what we start with. Number two, I know I can't get it wrong. Huh? I trust myself. I can't get it wrong. I always think in my favor, right? Everything in my favor, and then everything for my good. That really covers everything. Think about a state of mind. Think about how you would approach life if you rested in that. I can trust myself. I can't get it wrong. Everything works in my favor. Everything works for my good. Then let's live. Let's just live. Let's go. I'm going to overthink and attract the most weirdo people in existence. It's going to overthink and attract the most weirdo people in existence. And even that got to be right. Like let's just say I spiral out of control. I crash out, right? And what I didn't want, I drew that exact thing to me, right? And I know it, because that's what makes it a lot worse for some of us who we're a little bit more aware. So we witnessing all of this. Like I knew what to do. I knew what I didn't want. And then I watched myself do exactly what drew that thing in. Okay, fine. Now what? What story do you tell? Do you jump off the cliff? Do you tell yourself that here we go? I'm still, man, I stay looping, bruh. In the moment that I think I got there, I fall right back. Like, do you come off the throne because you witnessed all of that? Or do you just step right in and say, okay, I see, I see, I see. I see what has happened here. It's all good though, because I can't get it wrong. It's all good because I'm always in the right place at the right time. It's all good because I do nothing but get better and better and better. It's all good because obviously it needed to play out that way. If it played out that way, I'm going to make it right. I'm going to tell myself it needed to play out that way. I got it now. You got my attention. Okay. Note to self. I was trying to get my attention. I got it. Bam. I know what to do now. I won't make that choice again. I recognize it. I'm just speaking to myself from the position of still being in control, still being the authority. What I'm not doing is going to judge myself. I'm not going into listing all the reasons why I'm not quite good enough and I still working on this and then I got to do better with this and I haven't got there. I will know I've gotten there once this changes. No. No. And what do you think about B Dale? I don't know what that is. Yeah, Ricky, that's it. Like, damn, I know better. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't judge it. I wouldn't judge myself. I would even incorporate that as an affirmation, right? As a thought, as a new story. I don't judge myself. I have the right to experience anything. I have the right to choose anything. And so even when I witness myself choose something that I really don't prefer, I'm not going to judge myself for that. I get the right to experience all of this, and it's still right. It's still good. I'm still in the right place at the right time. I cannot miss it. Like I'm gonna stay right. I'm staying in that, and I'm singing that song until it sings by itself. Like I'm really dialing into. I want the me and me to know this is what's true for us now. We can rest. We ain't got to trip. We cannot like something, but still know that that thing doesn't change anything. So yeah. I think that was it. That's all I want to read out of that there. That is your focus. That is your mind. So as the world ramps up and does whatever, this is why I put so much emphasis on taking your attention off what everybody else talking about. Cause I don't see how you can do both. I, I, eh, I know everybody want to play the moderation game, but if you could do it, you'd be doing it. No, feed what you want to bring alive. Feed what you want to keep alive. Turn your attention from everything else. Yeah, you gotta sing that song. To that sucker, you just wake up in the morning, that sucker just playing on his own. Like really contemplating on the concept. This is me. This is my world. This is my world. Everything is a reflection of me, right? Everything. I cannot get it wrong. I'm the one. I trust me. You you understand? Ricky said, yeah, I have been telling myself I love myself. I refuse to speak against myself no matter what the 3D is showing me. Right. No matter what. And then just to start to look at it sometimes. Just look at the condition sometimes and be like, so, so, so what? Only you can define a condition as negative. Only you can create a narrative that this means something against you. This means something detrimental. This means something that's a threat. This means something that's unfavorable. Only you can determine that. Only you can determine that. Oh, only you. Yeah, it's the universe. It's you. Like if you just really just sit with that concept, like I am frustrated right now with this news that I just received. I'm overwhelmed. Fine. I get the right to be that. Now what? Who do I say I am now? Who am I? Who am I? I know I'm I'm the woman, I'm the man who always gets what I want, who always has everything working in my favor, who always is confident and sure, who is never on the short end of the thing, never at the bottom. I'm never the negative. Under no circumstance am I negative. Under no circumstance am I the what's that phrase? I can't think of it, but I'm never that. I need you to marinate that in your spirit. Like you really have to just sit with this and let it marinate. Like just put it in your mind consistently. This is you eating and drinking. Eat of my blood. No, eat of my body, drink of my blood. This is what you're doing. It's saying internalize this, become one with it. It means it's going my way, but it does. Think about it. If everything is a whole, and everything, in order to judge it, you have to take it and split it into two, right? So when it comes to abundance, right, I got to split that into two to judge it. So I got to have one side, I am abundant. On one side, I'm not abundant. But it's still one, right? Like think of it as a coin. The moment I see what I don't want, guess what I know? What I do want is also available. So it ain't even trying to trick yourself. It's not even lying to yourself. Is that this is a sign that I've already chosen different. This is why I can pick it up. This is why these signals, this radio channel comes in so clear for me now because I've already made another choice. I've already decided. And you can't be mad at yourself because you're more aware than other people. Because the more aware you are, the more you're going to feel, the more you're going to see, the more you're going to notice. You're going to hear different things. That's why you have to listen everybody up here, including me, everybody in this YouTube environment. You got to take what we say with a grain of salt. We're giving you our perspective. Sometimes they align, sometimes they don't. Right? That's why somebody can't tell you about what. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do. No, it don't take all of that. Like you don't even know if they experience the same thing that you experience. So when they try to judge and say, well, no, you shouldn't have to speak to yourself repeatedly throughout the day. You just tell yourself one time. You don't know if they're hearing and picking up the same things you're hearing. So your mind might be at war. Your mind might be tussling. You listening to what your auntie said and your grandma said, and you thinking about childhood stuff, and y'all was in the struggle. Like all of that stuff is running rampant. They didn't experience that. So they like, nah, just say it one time and go on about your business. Who's right or wrong? There is no right or wrong. Everybody is right from their perspective. That's why you got to play your own game. I think if you stay with that, I trust myself and I can't get it wrong, that no matter what move I make, it's going to be the freaking right one. Yeah, no matter what I choose to do, it's going to be the right thing. Yeah, only you can prevent wildfires. I think the bear was onto something. Facts. Facts. Never counted out, never defeated, never deflated, always chosen, prioritized, preferred, protected, and provided for. Ooh, bars. I like that. We also talked about, I think we talked about this last week. Can't remember if it was up here or in the inner circle. If you find yourself fighting, you got to let it be. All right. If you find yourself angry and you keep trying to get you not to be angry, and that's creating more friction, let yourself be angry. Be right in the anger. Let it come to the surface so that shit can evaporate. Then make a choice. Okay. You see how you make it right? I'm not judging myself for being angry at somebody. I'm not judging myself for being heartbroken. Right? This really hurt my feelings. Even though I feel like I don't have no reason to have my feelings hurt. I know I'm the God of my reality, all that jazz. But the more you fight with a thing, you say, no, you shouldn't feel heartbroken. You shouldn't feel that way. You create tension. You create friction. And you're making the beast grow. You're making it expand. No, I have the right to feel this. I have a right to go through every human experience. I have the right to feel nervous. I have the right to feel afraid. This is how you weaken what appears to be such a burden on you. This is how you get out of hell, huh? By going through it. You get out of hell by going through it. You get to the light by going through the dark. Let the dark come up. Everybody hiding from their own shadow. It's so funny. Nobody wants to see that side of themselves. I don't even think it's about just other people judging them. I think people are judging themselves like, I shouldn't have those kind of thoughts. Like, I'm thinking some really crazy stuff. I shouldn't think that. So then they go to work like, oh, let me affirm, 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 affirm. Then I would. I would affirm. I would keep my attention on what I want. But if I'm doing that because I'm fighting, I'm trying to make something that is not be. Mm, I'd let it go. I'd release it because you got your hands on it. You got to release it. I don't have to fight with this. Make yourself right. Make every aspect of you, even the dark side, right. Even the side of you that says, I hate this person. Can you say that? Can you say that? I told you that used to be a bad word. I couldn't say hate. We could not say hate in my house. In my family, you didn't. You can say, I hated that sandwich or I hated that candy. No, you can say you disliked it. You didn't get to say hate. What if you said, what if you allowed yourself to just say, no, I hate that. I hate them. Don't say it in front of nobody else. It's just for you. Just because you think it's taboo, make it right. This is what merging the selves together, heart and mind together, head and heart together. Not fighting, right? Bring in the demons on board. Tell them come to the front of the class. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No more hiding. Bring them, open the closet door, let it all out. Because now, once you do that, that's that full integration. They're on my team now. They work for me. I no longer have to run from them. I no longer have to be afraid that they might come out. in certain scenarios around certain people. I no longer have to do that anymore. Yeah. Appreciate you, TK. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to free yourself, man. You have to free yourself. And I think it does serve a purpose for some of us to, again, get to our breaking point. We put on so many facades. First, it's we got a facade for the world. But even with people who are closest to us, we got a facade for them too. We might let our guards down a little bit more than we do with that world, but we still, right? Is That's the whole vulnerability. This is what's happening with the relationship dynamic. Nobody wants to be exposed. So it's like, oh, I'm just going all the men are trash, all the women are trash. We're just gonna avoid each other because everybody just terrible. Everybody is scared of what will happen if you do give all of yourself to a thing and it don't go your way. Huh? Now so I'm gonna run. I don't want to feel anything. No, so I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna just keep running. The problem with that is you're running from yourself, unfortunately. That's the problem. So people are mirrors. Yeah. The whole life experience is a mirror. The whole life experience is a mirror, friend. So again, taking the mask off. Maybe it's three masks. Maybe it's like the outside world mask, then you have your inside world mask with people who are a little bit closer to you, and then the mask that you have just for you. That's the craziest part, to be afraid of taking the mask off for yourself. Like you scared of you. You scared of just sitting with you. And we know we have it is because how we know we have it is because people don't want to get quiet with themselves. Hmm? You ever seen people that don't like to be at home by themselves? They don't like to be anywhere by themselves. They don't like to sit in silence. It's like I need stimulation. Because when I'm not stimulated, I start to hear things that I don't want to hear. Start to feel things I don't want to feel. So I like to keep my attention off of that. Ugh, not good. Not good. Not good. You're easily triggered this way. You're easily influenced this way. Yeah. Easy for you to get caught up in the world. What's that? What was that thing that went viral? It's low vibrational. Yeah, it's low vibrational. Unique said, I don't like sleeping with the door open. That's so funny because I think mine was reversed. I think I didn't like sleeping with it closed first. And I liked it open. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna practice like closing the door or opening the door. Wait, what? How am I saying it? Anyway, the opposite of that. And you'll know, like you gotta, you start to pay attention to things, and you try to see. You say, well, let me see what this is. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like you get into. I'm not saying to just jump head first into everything, right? Don't drive yourself fully crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Even the idea, right? Sharon says she still sleep with her head covered. Even the idea of being scared of the dark. Like these are things that I had to sit with. Like, why are you afraid? I didn't try to fix it. I just started asking questions. Why are you afraid? Right? Well, my whole concept of God and Jesus and the church changed. I remember one time I was really afraid. I was at home by myself in this big house. It was storming outside. I've told the story before. And I was like, who do I call on now? And then something in me said, why do you need someone to call on? And I was just like, oh, but I felt the tension from that. I felt like I'm supposed to be leaning into something. I'm supposed to be calling on something. I'm supposed to be looking for something outside of me for some sort of protection. So I just started asking questions. Why? Why does this make you afraid? Why does this stir you this way? Why you fill in the blank? I slept with the door cracked last night. Baby steps. Yeah, that's what I mean right there. Like, because you can tell yourself on the surface, I know I have no reason to be afraid of this, right? But then at the same time, internally, subconsciously, it's like you still feel the tension. Like you telling yourself you fine, but your body is like, I am not fine, right? You say to yourself, we safe, we don't have nothing to worry about. And your body is like, no, 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 no. That nervous system is firing like, no, this is fight mode. This is not rest mode. So you have to give yourself a little bit of grace during these times. That's all we can do. Yep. Yep. No, no. Let's see. Get on out of here. Get on out of here. So focus. Hell is the undisciplined mind. Bringing thoughts to mind and being able to maintain it. Bringing ideas to mind and being able to maintain it. Right. The easiest way not to be able to maintain it is to fight with the things that come up that you don't want. And this sometimes feels like a process, right? I would like to tell a lovely, lovely story. I think some people can, and you should listen to testimonials of people who say, listen, I just awakened and I woke up and my life was just changed. And we need those. We need those perspectives. I'm going to just tell you. Now, I've been to war and back, hell and back, a time or two or three or four. It is what it is. It is what it is. The tussling, the rustling. First, not even being aware of any of it, right? That was kind of like phase one. That second phase, it was like I started to notice things, but I couldn't really do anything about it. And I didn't know why, right? Became aware of it, but I really couldn't do anything about it, or it didn't feel like I could, right? And then that whole awareness game, I become aware of what I'm aware of, right? And think of it this way. Let's just say you experience a lot of pain in your body, right? Some people go through the motions and they're not even conscious of it. Like they're suffering, right? But they're not even conscious, like, yo, I am really in agonizing, unbearable pain. So at a certain point, they become aware, like, I need to fix this. I got to do something. I can't live like this, right? That extra, we wouldn't call it extra. What would we call it? That next stage of being aware of how you respond to the pain. So it's like I don't know I'm in pain. I realize I'm in pain, and I'm fighting being in pain. But as awareness, I'm watching all of that. So I'm even watching how I respond to the pain, how I respond to being in pain, how I respond to the idea of pain. Sharon said I was in a deep depression in 2004 and didn't even know it. Yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Definitely a depressed state. Yeah, deeply, deeply, deeply. Very. How would we describe it? Um, hmm, just spiritual shifts. What some describe as the ego death, that dark night of the soul, where you can't. It seems like you can't find your footing. You don't know, like, whether you're coming or whether you're going, and you know the things. See, at this stage of the game, it's like I know the things, but it was, uh, right. It was almost like it was dragging me, and I couldn't do anything at that time. What does it look like to be in pain and not know? Mm, that's a great question. Let's see. Maybe I could use myself as an example. Just with suffering in general, right? Um, what did it look like? Mm, if it felt like, because it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to suggest that you can be in pain and not know it. It sounds crazy to suggest that you can be suffering and not know it, right? But you're going through the motions. So I didn't even notice that my body was tense. I didn't even notice that even like digestive issues that I had. I just was like, it was a thing. Like I'm experiencing it, but I'm not noticing it. Like I'm not aware of it, if that makes sense. It, mm, it looks like being, it feels like, let me go to the suffering side because I can speak more to that, right? It feels like unfulfillment. It feels like lack of focus. It feels like you're uninspired. It feels like one day is passing after the other, right? But you're not really making any forward motions. You're just kind of looping through the days. It feels like um I'm never satisfied. I'm always yearning for some feel good, but I never feel good. You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't identify it as suffering. It just was the remnants of it was I can't get right. Like something is wrong with me. Like it's just you don't feel good. You don't. Hmm. The words are escaping me. But I like this question. This is a really good question. Because I think it ties to the question that comes up when people say, well, how do people stay in situations, or how do people endure things that they don't like and don't want for so long? Why don't you just make a change? Just make a change. What do you, this is silly. If you feel like if you're in pain, then do something about it. If you're suffering, just do something about it. It's simple enough. But if you don't recognize it as that, right? If you have deep stories that pain is normal, right? It's not a big deal. Like this, you just even I remember my pops told me that one time before. I was like, "Well, how's your pain nowadays?" It's like, and then he was like, I've been in pain. I've been in pain for like 40 years, 50, 30 years, 40 years." He was like, "So it's like it's just it's normal." He don't even like listen to that. Like I'm always in pain. I don't really expect not to be in pain. It's only during this particular period where it got unbearable. It's only once something happened where it was like, yo, I can't get around like I normally do. But outside of that, it's a regular degular thing. So it becomes normal. Inconsistent. Inconsistencies, um, unfulfillment, it becomes normal. Like I think of like that whole idea of a life force, right? I need to sit down. I need to sit down with this. I wanna sift through this. I might can write up something because it's a good topic, right? Not knowing that you're in the midst of pain, not realizing that you're in the midst of suffering. Like, how do you? Because I had strong stories about life is just a battle. Life is a challenge. Life is a constant up the hill thing. You don't complain about it. You find pleasure, honor in that. So that's how I didn't know. Because I had adopted that philosophy as this is normal. I thought misery was normal. Lord have mercy. Woo! I thought misery was normal. I thought pain was normal. I thought being in tough situations and always having a challenge after a challenge after a challenge, things not going your way, I just thought that was the honorable path. That I really did. There we go, Sharon. Not eating, overeating. Oh, there we go. There we go. Those are good ones. Not sleeping or sleeping too much, isolating myself from everyone, all the days feeling the same. Well, thank you. There we go. That's perfect. All of those. All of those. Yep. Yep. The isolating yourself is really a good indicator, because what's happening is you can't find peace anywhere else. It's like you feel like that's the only time you can be with you. So being around other people is always uncomfortable. It's always agitating. So you just start to isolate more and more and more and more. I don't want to have to deal with the emotions that come with being around a lot of people. So you just isolate more and more. Before you know it, and then if you're anything like me, that comes natural to me. So my sweet spot has always been solitude. so, so I just leaned into it even more. Like I went really extreme at a certain point, because at one point I cared about how, like, well, you got to go to this rook, you got to do this. Once I stopped caring, oh man, it was on. It was on. Like, no, I'm not coming. I can't remember which one, but once you made a really good video that answers that. Oh, really? Okay, good, 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 good. I like that question. Thank you for bringing that back, because I think it's worth doing another video on that, because that's a good topic. I had that talk with myself recently, like, self, you lost a few people due to betrayal and death, being in a new city, a major city, and not able to completely be vulnerable during a vulnerable time. Yeah, yeah. Some of my deeper self conversations have been, I don't even know if I know, like, this at one point, this is how I'm talking to myself, like, I don't even know if I know how to be vulnerable. I don't even know what that looks like. And I had to start with myself. Like, it ain't even about being vulnerable with other people. Like, I don't even know how to be vulnerable with me. I don't know how to admit to me that I'm unhappy. I don't know how to admit to me that I made some choices that I no longer agree with. I don't know how to admit to myself I made some promises that I now got to break. I don't know how to admit that to myself. I don't know how to admit that I'm tired. Never allow myself to be tired. We don't get tired, nigga. And this conversation, right? You see how it sounds the same? Like, well, look, I thought sometimes you'd be like, affirm, like, keep your attention on, you know, if you feel tired, then you tell yourself you're not tired. But I want you to understand the difference between these are two states of mind. You can be saying the same things from two states of mind. And one state of mind was denial. One main state of mind, I was running. One state of mind, I wasn't facing things myself. Yeah. The other state of mind is, no, I know what the truth is. I see now. I'm in the light now. I'm not moving. I'm not running from things. If there's any running, it's two things, which I don't like that either, because that sounds like chasing. But you get what I'm saying. There she go. There she go. Alchemist in the building. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for the super chat. I didn't know how to be honest with myself. Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one for a lot of us. I also think it's a big one for the ladies too. I mean, it's everybody. It's the fellas. It's everybody. This is why we see the chaos right now. All the dialogue with relationships. It's everybody's running from themselves. Everybody won't just stop and say, wait, wait, let me think about me. Let me think about the fact that every person that I want to complain about, I chose them. I picked them. Okay. So if they really are that horrible, I need to check within myself. What is it about me that's attracted to horribleness? Well, no, Rook, they won't like that when I met them. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what you're talking about. Bottom line, if that's your story and you sticking to it, then we got to get to that. We got to get to the thick of it. And how we get down over here is I'm always bring it back to you. You do not get to blame anybody else. Not here, you don't. If you would like to blame somebody else, this channel is not for you. Here, we turn attention to ourselves because we're never the victim. When you blame others, you become the victim. I'm never gonna be the sucker in nobody else's game. Never, 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 never. Jesus loves us. Well, that's great to know. Ricky said, I actually flew to Florida for the week just to regroup. LA is a beast, but there are opportunities to make opportunities out there. So after I am refreshed, I'm about to go run it up. Let's go. And even that, see, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to take a break. I didn't feel I deserved a break. I kept saying there's more to do, work, 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 work. So even when I forced myself to go on vacation, I forced myself to keep working even while I was on vacation because there was always more to do. That rest was not a holy word for me. This is what creates that what was that? They don't do it anymore. Endometriosis, what they call the working woman's disease. Yeah. That became offensive, so they had to stop. They had to rename it. They had to take that. They have to change that. So they don't call it that anymore. Yeah. Working woman disease. You have to ask what creates all this illness in the body. Alchemist said, I'm always talking to myself. That's how I'm able to analyze people I've allowed into my proximity or things I allowed to happen, like shadow work. You see, that self conversation, like really dialing into how I'm speaking to me. What is happening right now? What is attracting me to this? Okay, what are we doing right now? Do we like this? Don't we like this? What's up with that? What you think about that? Like really getting really, really, really comfortable just talking to yourself. That's all we're talking about. Sharon said, my whole childhood, I felt like I was indirectly raised to care about myself last. A lot of us, yeah. But a lot of the adults around us, they were raised the same way too. So, and then you add the religious aspect, it seals the deal because you're nothing. You're nothing, and your entire existence is about serving and worshiping something else. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. That's why I think it helps to just give yourself a little grace. Like, yo, hmm, I see how my mind could have an affinity for certain things. I see how my mind could think that this is normal, but I'm coming in now telling it, no, we're charting a new course now. I think the people I befriended in childhood have all dissolved. Yeah, with me too. For the most part. Yeah. As I am not the same person as I was before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I realized at some point we had something in common or that they are showing me something that I need to work on. Yeah. What is this teaching me? Great question. What is this showing me right now? What is this showing me? What is this teaching me about me? What is this showing me about me? Sometimes it ain't got to be that deep. It could just be a matter of like, yo, this is in my realm of awareness right now. I have the core assumption that these types of people exist, and now that's what I'm seeing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my assumption about men. I'm going to change my assumption about women. I'm going to expect to meet the best. I'm going to expect to meet the top of the top. If I look at myself as God, I'm going to expect to meet another God. If I look at myself as the best, I expect to meet the best. Simple. Simple to do. Even if you notice that you meet the opposite. So what? It doesn't change anything. Well, no, Rook, I said that up until it's been like 5 people back to back. So do you need, friend, the external to convince you of who you are? Does it confirm the truth or do you? That's a question you have to ask. Do you confirm it or don't you? The only person you convincing in this game is yourself. For me, it was boundaries. Well, that was my number one. I ain't know nothing about no boundaries. Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that. Self love and a fear of abandonment. Yeah, yeah. And usually those are the main ones. Those are the main ones that come up. um. Oh, okay. Yeah, those are the main ones that come up. And you have to ask, like, why am I afraid of the boundaries? Because you can tie that right into the fear of abandonment. That if I create some sort of boundaries to say that I won't tolerate this, a lot of us have created value and identity in feeling needed. So to create some boundaries, we would no longer be needed. So they need me to show up in this way. They need me to help them. They need my presence. They need my guidance. Hmm. And then some of that boundaries is from avoidance. Because if I don't create some sort of boundary, right? No, not even boundary. No, 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 no. What else should you say? Oh, the self love. I think the self love piece. Right. Think about that. Think about how many of us tap dance around other people because we think that they are explosive. We think that they're not as emotionally mature. We think we don't want to deal with the blowback that comes from them being triggered. So we tap dance around them, right? Even though things need to be addressed, we avoid. It's a lot of people right now that think they got a great relationship. They don't. They just avoid talking. They avoid sharing the truth. They avoid what's really bothering each other. They just work around it. It simmers. This is why it's explosive. A lot of times people be like, yo, how did so and so, how was they together for 30 years? And then they separated, they got a divorce. Easy, easy. Because that shit been building for a long time. So they're not that good, just not they're a good couple. No, they avoid everything. They hide it, they suppress it. Okay. Until it finally blows up. Oh, you never heard of working woman's disease? Yeah, you should look it up. Yeah. Oh, I should do a video on that. Yeah, I'm seeing more examples of it. Um the hustling women, start just watching, just observe those who are just dominant, like getting it right. I gotta prove we just like a man. I gotta prove we can do it too. I gotta prove there's always more, more, more. I need the position, I need the money, more, more, more. Even across online, I'm talking about just some influences. You start seeing the diagnosis comes in, the cancer diagnosis, the tumors, the fibroids. Yeah, yeah. Why you working out hard? Why you got that much to prove to the world? Don't you know who you are? It has nothing to do with ambition. Not even talking about, because there are women who are very ambitious. Has nothing to do with that. It's all intentions here. I almost got caught up in that. I sure did. Probably the thing that saved me most probably was having my daughter. But I definitely have something to prove. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And you have to ask why. Why do you have something to prove? To who? All I've been doing is tap dancing. Yeah, yeah. Many of us have. And that builds. It builds. Whatever we suppress, this is where you start seeing manifestation of illness. This is where you start seeing it, whatever those areas are. You think about the thyroid, that's right in the throat chakra. We see a lot of thyroid issues, especially with the ladies. You don't think this stuff is connected? Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. It's all one. You see an expression. of these things by way of the body. So hell is an undisciplined mind. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So even checking that, like, do you see that as a woman? Do you see as a woman, do you check where your desires to do certain things, like what is that stemming from? You have to ask these questions. You have to see. And I am very, when it came to the hustle mind, oh, that was me all day long. I could get it. And I could prove that I could get it. Almost to my detriment. Broke my body down in the process. It's one way, I guess. I wouldn't recommend it. Mm, I wouldn't recommend it. Throat chakra clear as if. Got to. Got to. Because there are things that need to be said. There are things that need to be addressed. And oftentimes the things that need to be said are first to yourself, not even to other people. It's to yourself. What are you denying yourself? How are you denying yourself? How are you abandoning yourself? Everybody want to blame somebody else for how you are being used and misused as if you don't have a say. Why are you allowing it? That's a question you have to ask yourself. why, why do you allow yourself to stay in places longer than you want to be? That's a you thing. Why do you allow people to take advantage of you? Why do you go along and get along? Why have you put maintaining other people's peace above your own? That's a you thing. You have to ask those questions. I'm so tired of the hustle Olympics. Yeah, it gets tired quick. And you find it's really unnatural. That's if it was natural to live that way, right? Operating from that state of mind, you wouldn't see so much illness manifest from it. That's just a fact. So we got to be going against our nature when we operate that way. And then it's a lack of trust. I gotta be not trust. Like, think about the whole hustle mentality. We have some folks who are getting it and they working few hours a week. And then you have those who like, no, I can't get no sleep. This team, no sleep. Are you supposed to? The early Twitter years, a hashtag is the burning the midnight hour. I know, what is it? Burning the midnight oil. Yeah. Team no sleep. No, nigga, I'm going to bed. Now there are sometimes, still to this day, that I'm up late. Sometimes I'm in my God bag and I'm doing the things. I'm not even talking about that. But the idea that if I don't work myself like a dog, that I ain't gonna get what I want, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Good Lord, no. What's up, love? I'm late joining, but sounds like I'm right on time. Facts. Always on time. Always. Ricky said, I started listening to subliminals, and that's what helped me the most. I no longer tap dance for anyone, and some people get triggered by that. Yeah. You saturate your mind. You saturate. I do a hard reset. Like if I was really, really frustrated, and this is what I have done, right? But if I'm really, really frustrated, I'm really, really tired, I am fed up, I am disgusted, I'm doing a hard reset. I'm pulling away from everything immediately. Immediately, I need my attention back to myself. I'm listening in the morning when I'm in a car. Hell, when I'm washing dishes, I'm starting to saturate my mind with what I want. I need to hear something different. I need to feed something different. Then I got to do something to interrupt this momentum in a direction that I no longer want to go in. Wait, what? Why does the light look like this? Um, Marshall in the house. What's up, my friend? Or they say I'm asleep when I die. Yeah. Do you know this is the interesting thing? People think that sleep is most beneficial to your body. No, it's most beneficial to your mind. It's the mind that needs the rest. It's the mind that will drive you crazy. It's the mind that will kill you. The stress will kill you. It's the mind that you need to shut down. That's what interrupts the momentum. And then as a result of that, the body restores, the nerve, you settle down, the nervous system settles down, hormones activate, rest hormones, things repair, all of that as a result of turning that mind off. So that's the benefit of the sleep. There are many subliminal creators. Oh, Vortex Success. I don't think I've heard of that one. I've had people in my family try to off their self, then go to work the next day like nothing happened. Like, really? I mean, I ain't try to do that, but I have definitely had some deep, deep moments of despair. And then I get up and get at it. Like, it's like, I think everybody, like, that's part of it. Like, you have these moments where it's unbearable. And then you realize, all right, I got to get to it. I mean, life goes on. I got to move. Can't stay here. Alchemist said, I do the same thing, my affirmations of being open and receiving all good. If you have never, let me just say this to anybody, if you have never lived this type of way, if you've never talked to yourself this type of way, you can't give yourself no timeline. You really just got to go full throttle. I'm deciding that this is what I'm doing with my life now. I'm deciding this state of mind, this is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to stay. And then you get at it and you feed it. You feed that sucker audios, videos, books, everything. Now, in the midst of all of that, right, you got to have quiet time with yourself. You have to pull your attention off of the world and sit with you. Start thinking about, who am I? What do I really want? What does my ideal life really look like? Like, if somebody was, right now paying me, they say, I will pay you $1 million just to tell me what you want. Would you be able to do it? Have you even thought about it? How in the world are you gonna step into your new life? You ain't even thought about it. What does it look like? It don't mean that this is done. Like, once you think about it one time, that's it. No, it's a working document, right? But have you ever thought about, what does this look like? How do I want to make money? Where do I want to live? What do I want to do every day? What do I even like? I know people jump right into the idea of purpose, but what excites me? Well, I don't know, Rook. Don't nothing excite me. Okay, fine. That might be true too. I'm saying, just pose the question. Don't worry. See, this is that part of, you ain't got to worry. There's always the higher at work. Just pose the question. What do I like? What would I like? What's the ideal lover? If you spend so much time talking about why, let me give you 20 reasons why women are trash. Let me give you the 20 reasons why men are trash. Have you ever thought about what your ideal person looks like? Do you ever talk about that? Or you just talk about what's wrong with them? Ugh, I hate loser talk. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. But it's okay, because you're gonna stay a loser. That's what you're gonna do. The more you just keep the loser talk, that's what you're gonna keep seeing more of. No, turn your attention to what you want. Decide the world will never, ever, ever be able to determine my life. This world is never gonna be able to decide how I'm gonna live. Okay? Now I'm going into my world. Thank you for all that you've done for me up until this point. I appreciate you. My family, the church, the school, the government, whatever I've gotten so far, I got it now. All right, y'all. Enough. Get on out of here. I got it now. This is what my life gonna look like now. And I look for I saturate even to this day. Even to this day. This is years. This year I've been in the game years. To this day, I'm saturating what I want. Like in my social media, that's what I want to see. I want to see people living on their terms. I want to see people looking good. I want to see people feeling good. I want to see people in love and happy. That's what I want to see. That's what I go looking for. And guess what my algorithm shows me? What I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. So I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know. I peek in sometimes, be like, what? Lord Jesus. Oof, what they got going on over there? Wow. What's up, Lions? Uh oh, Ricky said I have been in that unbearable space this week. Have you now? Wow. Guess what? Guess what? So have I. For no particular reason. So have I. Yeah, I've yeah, we was low. We was low this week. That is how I ended up catching a flight to regroup because the walls were closing in, the vultures were hovering, and the resources were low. Yeah, yeah, this week was one of those weeks where sometimes it ain't no particular reason. It's and you have to decide in those moments what you're gonna do. You gonna fight it? You gonna make it wrong? You gonna judge it? I normally do that in the past, but this time I was like, not this time, not this time. Now I'm gonna let it come to the surface. Like I want to feel all of it. Anything that I have been suppressing, I want to feel all of it come right onto the surface so I can see it. Let me get one last look at it so I can define it this time. Right? Is it anxiousness about this? Is it worry about that? What is this? Show yourself. So I let it. Now I expected it to just resolve in a day. Normally that's how my vibe is. But it seemed to linger kind of off and on all throughout the week. Some points a little bit worse than others. But I let it be. I let it be. Then I decided, wait a minute. I can just choose happy. I can choose not to make this a who said this means anything? It don't mean anything. Something is passing through. I'm watching it. I don't have to choose it. I don't have to react to it. I don't have to create stories about it to lock it in even more. No, doesn't mean anything. And it's all in my favor and to my good. Okay, bet. And then on its own, I don't remember what day it was yesterday. No, I think it was last, I think it was this morning. It was like, okay, got it. See? Ricky said, I know exactly what I want. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. 20 reasons why men are amazing. I love men. Same. Same. I don't know. Yeah, we've all come across some interesting people on both sides. What else? What's the alternative? I've never hated men, but humans as a whole, I'm trying, y'all. Well, just turn your attention to yourself. This I'm gonna tell you really why. What's the key to turning your attention to yourself and learning the what is considered the ugly and dark side of yourself, because it clears out, right? It makes it more difficult for you to judge others. The moment you see your own and smell your own funk, it's a little bit harder to judge others because you start to see yourself in others, right? And it's easy to say that other people, oh, they just come in with ulterior motives, they trick you, and they know they never have intentions to do X, Y, and Z. And the more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about others. The more you understand yourself, the more you're going to understand others. So it's really, I don't like the idea of wasting, but it's like a waste of time to be hating. Now, if you feel strongly, like, "Brooke, I don't care what you talking about, nigga. Nah, I hate. That's where I am with it. Them bitches, I hate them. Them niggas, I hate them." Well, then I guess that's where you got to be. I wouldn't fight with it. If it creates a tussling with you for you to just tell another story, I still would tell another story though. I wouldn't fight with it, but I'd still be telling another story. See, I'm gonna always come with the override because I know I can tell myself anything I want anytime I want to. So I'm always telling myself, look, it is easy to tell myself whatever I want. It is easy to think in my favor. It is easy to choose different, even when I don't feel like it. Even when I don't feel like I'm justified in doing so. I am the override. I'm reminding myself, me, it's me. Well, what's up, Monts? What was that, Monte? For the past 5 months, every time I wake up from either sleep or nap, it's like the worst parts of me and past mistakes are at the forefront of my thoughts. Ooh, ooh. I used to be so good at focusing my mind. But the more aware I become, it's like the more these thoughts show. Yeah, we just finished talking about that. The more aware you become, the more you're going to pick up, the more you're going to notice, the more you're going to hear, the more you're going to see. So hype yourself up about that. Just tell yourself, I'm just that good. Tell yourself, this is a sign that I really am God, like I'm really in my God bag because I'm all that is. And all that is the wanted and the unwanted, is the so called good and the so called bad. So I'm more aware, which means I get to define more things because I see more. So even when you wake up from those naps, right, you're feeling this coming to the surface. What do you say about it? Do you judge yourself for it? Do you tell yourself, I'm not as good as I used to be, I'm off my game? Or do you watch it? Wow, that's interesting. Damn, I'm feeling sick right now. Angry right now. Damn, I'm suffering. I'm in pain. Where is this coming from? This is weird. But I got the right to feel it though. I got the right to feel it. I got the right to experience this. And now, being the God that I am, because I'm aware, I can choose. I just remind myself no matter how I feel, I know I'm ultimately the authority. No matter what's going on, I know nothing has more power than me. No thought can take me anywhere I don't want to go. No feeling can take me anywhere I don't want to go. No circumstance can take me anywhere I don't want to go. I just get in a little session with myself, just of reminding. Like a lot of us are literally, I know it sounds woo woo, but rising. Like that's the awareness game. The more aware you become, think about it. If you on the first floor, what do you see? You're on the second floor apartment, what do you see? What about from the 15th floor? What about from the 25th floor? The higher you go, the more you see. You elevate it. You pick up more. So it doesn't serve you to war with it. It's to see the rightness in it. Escapism is needed for the mind sometimes, just getting away. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's definitely it's a pause, right? It's definitely a pause. It's similar to if you working all the time and you get up and go take a walk. Like you just let the brain just give it a rest. Sometimes getting rid of stuff helps too. Getting rid of stuff is a big one. That's a big one. The clutter, right? Whether it's physically getting rid of stuff or mentally getting rid of stuff, all of it. That's the old man trying to come for you. Tell him to shh. I'd welcome it though. You know what I mean? Like I want to welcome anything that I think is a problem. I'm not choosing it. Like, make a distinction there. I'm not choosing it, but I welcome it. I welcome the parts of me that I don't particularly like so that I'm not fighting with it. Hey, pretty. I turn my attention away from them every time, but it's like, damn, when these motherfuckers go away for good. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Like, don't fight with them. Like, no. Like, I see you. Just, I see you. I'm acknowledging your existence and I'm acknowledging your right to exist. But I'm going to just let you know how I go down. You don't have any power. Okay. You don't change anything. And you work for me. You can't even exist without my awareness. Think about that. You just said it yourself. It seems like the more I become aware, the more I pick up. Did you say that? Right? The more these thoughts show, which means they are nothing without you. You just tell it that you can't exist without me. So you can't hurt me. You can't stop me. You can't be creating any sort of issue for me because you only exist because of me, because I'm aware of you. And now that I'm aware of you, I'm going to give you good meaning. You see what I'm saying? To me, it's like those thoughts are coming to the surface to be understood and then released. Bam, bam. That's what integration is. That one last time, let it come to the surface and not fight with it and not judge it. Make it right. It's right. I'm observing you. Anything we bring to the surface eventually is going to it's going to evaporate unless I interfere with it. Unless I start to create some friction, I'm fighting with it, I'm tussling with it, I'm giving it power, and I'm saying to my reality, this is real. Show me more of this. And then that'll be what happens. But yeah, these things come to the surface to be released. It's the integration of the dark. That's why we started this talking about this whole love and light thing. How you gonna get to the love and the light without going through the dark and the ugly? Those things that keep coming up appear to be ghosts and monsters. They're coming out of the dark because they don't have meaning. All right. You start to give them a negative meaning because you don't like how they make you feel. You don't like the thoughts that come with it. So you give it negative meaning. But if you would turn a light on it and just, that's consciousness. Now that I'm aware of this, I know you hold no ill will to me. I hold no ill will to you. I know I get to experience every human emotion. I do. Yes, shut it. I do. Shut it. Shut it. I do. And even as you watch yourself fight, because sometimes your mind gonna fight. I'm gonna tell you that. Sometimes the more you, like you said, you be turning your attention away. It's like louder, 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 louder. Right? But how do you even respond to that? Even in the midst of the tussling, can you witness it? Can you observe the tussling and know that you are the one that's observing it? Oh, look at me fighting right now. Oh, look at my mind warring right now. Interesting. Interesting. The darkness is just lessons to be learned. If we're gonna make it anything, yeah, it's for my good. It's in it's to my good. It's part again, it's part of me. Think about why we're scared of the dark. We were conceived in the dark. We were born in the dark. It's who you are. You are the dark. So it makes no sense to fight what you are. And that's what we do when we fight those parts that don't feel good, that stir up other emotions of fear and pain. even if you can remind yourself this, one thing that I like to do is I like to take a moment, right? Sometimes it can just be a deep breath. Sometimes it's me closing my eyes and I just say to myself, this is all my mind. Right now, everything that's happening is in my mind. Everything that I'm perceived, this is a matter of perception, Rook. I'm experiencing all of this in my mind. Nobody's doing anything to me, nothing is happening to me. This is my mind. It just helps me bring that back to my awareness. Like, this is my mind. Like, my mind is going crazy right now because it's perceiving something in a certain way. I don't have to entertain that. I don't have to agree with it. You should look into the archon theory and see if that explains what you are experiencing. What's the archon theory? I think I've heard that before. Let's look it up. Um, it describes the material universe as a flawed illusion governed by parasitic, inorganic entities known as archons. These wardens trap humanity's spiritual essence within physical and psychological prisons. Well, Greek archons in Greek, you know what it means? Rulers. It's rulers. So it's nothing but thoughts. All it is. We can try to turn them into some beings or whatever, but it's thoughts. The whole game is a mind and thoughts. So it's nothing doing anything to you. Listen, when you're in the thick of it, yes, it feels like it. It feels like something got you. It feels like sometimes you're possessed or something else is in control. No, no, it's just a thought. And then it's your perception of that thought. That's it. That's it. So the way my mind works is I'm not giving energy to no adversary. I am not considering no theory that suggests that something else might get me. That's me personally. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving the dark power. I think that's where people get scared. Cause it's like, what's the other thing somebody asked me about? What is it? Monitoring spirits or something? And I wouldn't entertain that. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. It's essentially intrusive dark thoughts. Bingo. That's it. Everything is me. Everything is my mind. Everything is my perception. Something is coming up before me that feels different, that feels uncomfortable, that feels unfamiliar. And I, in this moment, appear to be giving it negative meaning. I now know that it is easy for me to tell myself, it is easy to give good meaning to anything. I now know that everything works in my favor to my good. It is easy for me to think in my favor. It is easy to choose the highest thought. It is easy to choose my preference. That's what I would say. Church folks like to say you got demons. Yeah. And again, if they're gonna use the word, which I don't have a problem with, then let's go to the etymology of the word, right? If you're gonna use the word demon, but what what is hell? That undisciplined mind is when you let the imagination run wild. It's coming up with all sorts of pictures. It's coming up for, like, even thinking about the word demon going Greek. You know what it means? You know what it means? Guardian spirit. Don't you find that interesting? Divine power or guardian spirit. Demon. So what's the problem with it? Because you don't know it. You don't recognize it. You haven't given it light. What is light? Consciousness. You have to turn your own light to it by giving it meaning. As long as you let it linger in the dark, as a boogeyman and a ghost, as something you're afraid of that you just try to turn from. No, don't do that. That's demons. That's dark. Turn from it. No, don't look at that. Don't watch that. No, you better go get your oil. You better pray to Jesus. Instead of just facing it, this is not something I have to be afraid of. I'm not giving this the power to hurt me, because it can only have the power to hurt me if I'm aware that it has the power to hurt me. Because what? Everything is God. Didn't we say that? You see the contradictions? God is everything. God is all. Well, then doesn't that mean the demon is God too? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got a problem. Oh, we got a problem. We got a problem. Hmm? God is awareness. So it's everything. So when we go even through the Bible, how was Satan originally an angel? He's the fallen angel. How do you fall from heaven and become a demon? How do you fall from the light and go into the dark? Huh? Huh? Hmm. You take your attention off of you. That's how you do it. You yield to flesh. You focus on what you're not. You believe the circumstances dictate who you are. It decides whether or not you're safe and whether or not you're protected. See, if ain't nothing bothering me, then I decide that I'm good and I'm protected. I'm not under siege, there's no threat. But if I don't feel good, then I tell myself there's a spirit. The devil, the enemy is after me. That's you doing all of that. Just FYI. So you are the Satan, okay? You, at some points, you're acting as the angel, and other points, you're acting as the fallen angel. Because now you've gone back into the sense mind, into the carnal mind, and you are judging based on appearances. Mm, that's a bar, ain't it? That's a bar. So make everything right. Who am I? Contemplate on that. Who am I? Who am I? Don't try to force a response. Don't try to force an answer. Just pose a question. Who am I? I mean, there's times when you can play that game. Like if you're in the midst of a tussle, I have done that to just like bring me back to, look, who are you right now? I'm the woman who always get what I want. I'm the woman who's always in the right place at the right time, who's always taken care of, who's always provided for, who's always healthy, wealthy, wise, prosperous. So I like that too. But I'm just saying to contemplate on just this idea of who am I? Who am I? I know what the world done told me I am. I know what other people done said. I listened to a bunch of things. But who am I? Where am I? Do I exist? I think that's really that's one of the okay, we have to put that on the list that's pretty high. Who am I? I mean, where am I? Do you believe that you are in a world that is a danger to you? Because friend, if that's your core belief, I'm going you might want to start with that. Because guess what? People, you're gonna be scared to date because you ain't gonna trust people. You can be scared to live because you're not gonna trust the world. You're not gonna trust nature, right? So you're gonna always your health ain't gonna be right because you're gonna always be fearful of getting sick and dying. Okay. You don't trust, you're gonna be hesitant in doing and living how you want because you don't trust the environment, because you don't trust people. Like that part, if you lock into an identity where you live in this world that's a constant threat to you, well, you're gonna you eh, eh, good luck, is all I can say. Because I've done that. I've done it. It ain't no good. I'll just tell you right now, it ain't no good, friend. It ain't no good. It's You're always on defense. You're never able to be in a state of rest. You're never in a state of mind of peace because you're always on the lookout. You have to second guess every decision you make. When you travel, you're always uneasy. When you eat, you're always worried. Huh? When the news headlines change, you change with it. It's a very unstable place to be. That's an undisciplined mind. That is hell. If it runs wild, it should be in my favorite. Facts. Facts. I had a cousin say that they could feel a demon on me. Oh wow. And demons can always feel demons. That's so funny. It'd be so funny. People can always see a spirit on you, feel a this on you. Like, how can you always feel it on somebody else and not yourself? Yeah. Like, like how did God told me to tell you? Why he always tell you to tell me something? Why he don't ever tell you nothing for you? Nah. He told you to be an expert in me and not yourself. Interesting. 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 So we're not warring with anything. Nothing. And I'm teaching myself to relax. That I don't have to fear this world. I don't have to fear no virus. I don't have to fear no bacteria. I don't have to fear having sex. I don't have to fear getting in relationships. I don't have to fear getting a job. I don't have to fear leaving a job. I don't have to fear starting a business. I don't have to fear closing a business. There's nothing in this world that I have to fear, and I'm gonna sit with that until that shit is saturated in every part of me, in every part of my existence, every part of my mind. I am not at war with anything. I do not live in a dangerous world. I don't care if I say it and then I look up and I see something that doesn't happen and blew up and somebody got shot or whatever. I don't care. This is my story and I'm sticking to it because I am aware that I can be aware of everything that's possible, but that don't mean I got to experience it. There's a lot going on the planet right now. I ain't experiencing all of it. I'm dialed in on a certain piece. That's why I'm in a certain city, a certain state, a certain country. There's certain things that I'm encountering on a daily basis that other people are not. So I stay focused on what I want to see because we said that's what manifest means. Not to get what I don't have, but to see what I do have, to see who I already am, not who I'm trying to become. So, that's it, good people. That's it. We're gonna close it out early tonight. Mind your mind. Yeah, my name is Ben and ain't in it. I think if you would just get serious, right? It's like have fun, like relax, have fun, but then get serious, right? It's a time for all things. But if you would just get serious about this life thing, I ain't letting up off of it. If you feel like you ain't figured it out, even though that's a matter of perception, right? I'm gonna tell myself, I ain't letting up off of it until I figure it out. I ain't letting up off of it till I understand it. If there's certain people who can get what they want, doggone it, I'm getting what I want. If there's certain people who seem to be untouchable, then doggone it, I'm gonna be untouchable. If certain people it just seem like luck is their middle name, like, then that's me. Settled. I'm healthy, I'm well, I'm good, I'm taken care of. And I am not going to judge myself the moment that I choose that when I start to notice the opposite of that. I'm going to remind myself, oh, this is good. This is me reminding myself. It's me learning how to get really, really familiar with what is now true for me. So I ain't judging myself. If I feel anxious, if it stirs a little anxiety in me, when I said I was abundant and I took a big risk, I jumped out there and then I lost all my money. So it's just money. No, but it was a lot. So according to who? Who's a lot? Well, I mean, what's a lot? Because depends on who you ask. For some people, 500 is a lot. For some people, 500,000 is a lot. For some people, 5 million is a lot. What's a lot? It's that matter of perspective. If I got the core belief, the core knowing, let's use that word, that I can't lose. I could drain every dime. So, so I am teaching myself to let my inner conviction be all the confidence I need. My inner conviction be all the proof that I need. I don't need the outside to change first because the outside cannot validate me. I don't need anybody to do nothing else different because I'm not at the mercy of what I see. Mm. Change your mind. There we go. Life works in my favor. Facts. I'm getting what I want and I'm untouchable. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's up from the love of Jah? That's where you at? I love it. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I look at it like this: somebody got to get what they want, and it's gonna be me. Okay? So somebody got to run this shit. Somebody got to see. Somebody got to know. Somebody got to be tapped in and turned on. Somebody got to lead the way, and that's gonna be me. I'd be doggone it. I done enough following. You can have that. Money comes back easily tenfold. Facts. Every single time. Think about this whole idea of money. This is the part that people not catching. We're sitting here, we'll be manifesting, we'll be, telling ourselves we're manifesting, we're affirming. I am abundant. Money comes to me easily. I'm a money magnet. Money falls in my lap. And the moment you have to go to pay bills, you bitching about paying the bills. Well, Brooke, I don't like to pay the bills. Okay, that's fine. I understand. But it's an opportunity. That moment, while you bitching about the bills, could be an opportunity to just acknowledge, man, I love having the money to pay the bills because I'm abundant. I thought you said you abundant. I thought you said the money overflows. I thought you said you're a money magnet. I thought you said you always have more than enough. But your self-talk is still fighting with the conditions that you don't like. If you told yourself, I ain't gonna have to pay no bills, then that's what it is. You don't even worry about what's playing out. You've already decided. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna live life free. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, somebody else will pay the bills. It won't be me. But even while you're witnessing yourself actually physically, I know it sounds retarded. I know. While you're actually in the midst of paying the bills, I give thanks. It's a gratitude. Gratitude is an acknowledgement for what is. I got the money to pay it. Now I ain't really want to pay it because I wanted to use that for something else. But I'm so thankful. Look at that. Look at that. Me dropping money like it ain't nothing. I got the money to pay it. I got the money to pay it. That's what I told Pops. He was talking about he went to the grocery store. He was talking about the prices. And I was like, well, at least you had the money to pay it. Somebody had to put something back, but you didn't. So what we talking about right now? We just bitching for no reason. Just for no reason. I claim all of it. Yes. I was born a winner. Facts. 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 Money falls in my lap all the time. I don't need the validation. And this is what you are convincing yourself of. I don't. You just remind yourself. Keep repeating it, damn it. Keep repeating it. I don't need the world to validate anything to me. The person showing up does not validate that I'm loved. I'm already loved. They show up because I'm already loved. They are a reflection of the love that I am, the love that I have for myself. I don't need my bank account number to change to know that I'm abundant. I'm just practicing turning my attention inward. That's really all I'm doing. Ooh, I like that. I can't lose when I'm with you. Talking about self. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll probably wake up to, not probably. No, Ricky says she wakes up to unexpected money, miracles, and surprises is normal for me. Facts. Who better than me? Y'all see the bars? Are y'all catching the bars? Huh? All I do is win no matter what. I pay my bills with a smile. Huh? It's nothing. It's nothing. I'm learning how to laugh at life. all the way to the bank and back again and again, again. You think you can move me because you showed me something I don't like? You think you can move me because I woke up not feeling good? So, so maybe I lay in the bed all day. Maybe I won't do no work today. I get a right. I get the right to just, lay around if I want. So still don't change nothing. Still don't change nothing. Hmm. Ricky said I was paying 2K to rent a room in LA and was at peace each time I paid. Let's talk heavy, please. My God. This is what my chat is for. The heaviest of the heavy talk. Meanwhile, people around me were living in scarcity mode and wondering how I can sustain. You got to get serious. That ain't nothing more important to you than your mind and what you attend to. That I really feel a little crazy doing this work. I feel like I'm lying to myself a little bit, but I am going to dial in on just put my attention on what I want, staying in that state of mind, that everything work in my favor. Even though I'm witnessing it not, I'm telling myself everything work in my favor. I always get what I want. I'm always taken care of. I'm always provided for. And I'm going to feel good doing that. And let's just say I happen to notice something that appears to be contrary to that. I don't judge it. I judge not by appearances. Yield not to temptation, for yielding is sin. That's what the book is communicating. Don't yield to the appearance because your awareness does the work. Whisper that to yourself. It's just what I'm aware of being. The money is not showing up because I'm affirming anything. Well, because I'm affirming something. That's not why the money is showing up. The money shows up because I'm aware that I always have money. I'm aware that I'm a money magnet. I'm aware that I always have more than enough. I'm aware that I am abundant in every single way. See the difference? My father does the work. It's my awareness that does the work. So we get to the source of the things. Other people, whatever, they're going to credit the things that they're doing. They're going to say, no, I got up and went to work every day. That's how I got it. Okay, well, that's what you believe. That's what you have dialed into. You have dialed into the job being the source of your money. So that is true for you in your reality. Somebody else is going to say, no, I just affirmed. Yeah, I locked myself in a room. I robotically affirmed for 16 hours nonstop. And I woke up and I got $50,000. That's fine. That's what you believe. You are aware that it took you doing that to get that, and that's why you got that. So it is for you. But we like to just stay right at the root of it, okay? That it don't matter what I do. Okay, I choose my preference of doing. It doesn't matter really my thoughts overall. I choose my preference, but it don't matter what thought come up. Let's just say I was trying to affirm and stay in this one spot, but I had so much going on. I was spiraling out of control and I panicked and da 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 da. But I'm aware that no matter what, I always get what I want. You see, I was still thinking against myself, but that didn't stop me because I'm not aware that my thought can stop me. I'm preaching to myself if nobody else can catch it. Do you see what we're saying here? Is what I'm aware of. And I'm not aware that if I don't do a particular thing, that I can be cut off. I'm staying in the awareness that it's my mind that does the work. As long as I'm aware that I'm aware of being good, then I'm good. If I'm aware of being loved, then I'm loved. If I'm aware of being healthy, I'm healthy. It's when I go to entertain the other things. The doctor came and said my numbers weren't right. Well, are you now no longer healthy? Well, look, I mean, the numbers say I'm not. I didn't ask you about no funky numbers. I asked you, what are you now aware of? And you can do whatever you want to do. I encourage you to do the physical things. Get your health together, change your diet. Yes, do all those things. Wonderful. Where you stay in mind is most important, though. Okay. Sharon said, paying 2K for a room peacefully. Oh, yeah, you are there, girl. I didn't have to steal. Oh, come on. Keep coming with it. manipulate, sell my body, or disrespect myself to be provided for. Okay, let's talk the bars. Let's talk heavy. Bars. Ain't got to do anything that I don't really want to do in order to survive. I don't. See, that's what you gotta tell yourself. Well, you know what I'm saying? Some people do. I ain't asked about no some people. Lock into what's true for you. Born to lead, born to inspire. I love it. I love it. I judge not by appearances. My awareness does the work. Money always shows up for me. I don't work for money. Money works for me. You see how you just stay here? You just stay here. Most of us don't stay here though. We like we tap dancing. What's the little game? Double Dutch. We kind of like and like when it feel good, like we'll come online, we listen to stuff, we listen to our favorite videos. We might do a little meditation here and there, and then we get out in the world, and stuff start going left, and we go right with it. No, I'm staying in mind where I like to be. And if your mind is very active, and if you are more aware than the average, your mind is going to be more active, it's going to be vital for you to focus it and discipline it on what you want. Discipline it, direct it. Tell yourself, okay, it is easy to do. Tell yourself it's not a task. Tell yourself that you and your mind are one. I'm not fighting with it. I'm not fighting with the so called ego. It has its place, it has the right to exist, it has the right to perceive things the way it does. But I'm the one in control of it. I love it. Money freaking loves me. I love it. My life is a literal Hallmark movie, all cheesy and warm and fuzzy. You got to work that thing, baby. And you working it in mind. Like, work that thing despite what you see around you, despite what you've been hearing, despite your own resistance in mind. Because what we call resistance is just your mind's inability to accept a new idea. And when I say inability, it questions. No. It tries to override it. It tries to like, no, that's not how it works. No, you can't just all of a sudden leave your job and start your own business and be able to take care of yourself. That's not how that works. No, you gotta stay at that job longer than you want to. You need to stay a long time, 3, 5 years, save up money. This is the process. That's what the mind wants to reflect back what it knows to be true. And you're coming in saying, no, we're moving in a different direction now. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. The world sometimes feels like Debo, but you got to remember your Craig. Yeah, yeah. The game of remembering. I think what wears us down is we get frustrated. Like we slide into the scene and start fighting it instead of staying, you, the director, you're the one giving guidance to the actors. We end up just joining in the scene. And now we fighting and tussling like, no, come back out of it. Awareness, no. I'm watching this. I'm watching this unfold. And I ain't gonna tell you that I ain't gone through all the ebbs and flows. If they ain't been all, God knows it has felt like it. The tussle, the mind like, why we gotta do this? That ain't necessary. And it back and forth, back and forth. And there are times when you have to put everything down. You get so fed up, you get so tired, just put it all down. Just give up. Just say, I've had enough of listening to all y'all niggas. I don't know what to do. I'm going to just put everything down until I feel like I want to bust a move in one direction or the other and let that be good. Everybody adores me. That's another thing. Like, why you banging with people instead of just saying that everybody comes in absolute harmony, acts in absolute harmony and in cooperation with you. Everybody sees the best in me. Huh? Of course they do. They are me. Them niggas ain't got no other choice. This is one mind. They're a reflection of the one. So What I'm personally experiencing are based on my assumptions of that one. So I assume that everybody stepped to me correct. The greatest, I mean, the baddest, the sexiest of them. That's what I come across. I don't know what the rest of them talking about. I'm talking about the thems. That's who I run up on, the thems. That's what you should be telling yourself. When it comes to your work, you work with the best, not with chaotic, toxic, gossiping co-workers. No, no. Even when you feel like you're in the midst of it. No. Tell yourself whatever you want to be true. I'm the greatest of all time. Facts. So I'm Rook the Great, my friend. The best who ever did it, the best who will ever do it. Okay? I'm the sun and the moon, the stars and the sky, the beginning and the end. It's me. That who else could it be other than me? I'm the asker and the receiver. I'm the giver and the getter. Oh, I'm the teacher and the student. I'm the lover and the loved. Huh? Huh? It's me. Who else could it be? I gets what I want when I want. I think in my favor. I always trust myself. I know I can't get it wrong. I know I'm in the right place at the right time. I know life holds no ill will to me, and I hold no ill will to it. I know I live in a loving, friendly, kind, delicious reality. I know the world bends to me. I know I don't even need protection because I don't even live in a world of threats. I know I'm good. I know I'm straight. I know I'm always taken care of. I know I always have more than enough. I'm abundant in every way. I am peaceful. I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm loved. I'm always prioritized. Huh? When people step to me, they come correct. When I speak, they listen. When I show up, they pay attention. That's who I am. Who are you, my friend? You need to ask yourself. You need to be clear on who you are. You need to you need to be able to go bar for bar for bar with yourself. Okay? I need you to practice that. I need you to get in the mirror with yourself because it should be able to flow like just like your favorite song that you can even if you knew it from 15 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever it is, you should be able to sing the song of you better than any other song. You should know you better than anybody else. You should speak highly of you better than anybody else. You should put you on a pedestal more than anybody else. If you ain't gonna do it, friend, who you think gonna do it? Who you think gonna do it? Mm? Know thyself. Yes. Know thyself. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out this Friday night. Do something to make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Do something that takes you out of the world of tussling and overthinking. Just make it right. What feels right and true to you. If you had nothing else to do, if you had somebody said you got one choice to make, just one. You only get one decision. This is the one, the guiding one. What is it gonna be? Follow your heart, my friend. Trust yourself completely. Every aspect of you. Just leap right into what calls you. Leap right into what inspires you. Leap right into what sets your soul on fire. Give it all up for that. I promise you, it's the greatest ROI. Nobody can really quantify it, but it's the greatest ROI. You are your greatest investment, friend. You are your greatest investment. You would never let you down. You would never leave or forsake you. That's what the book is talking about. Your awareness got you. I'd never leave or forsake you. I'd never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread. That's what it's saying. As long as you are aware of who you are, huh? Can't lose, friend. Can't lose. Can't lose. Ricky said today I was laid back. Tomorrow might be whimsical. I don't know my movie. I act how I want to act. There we go. There we go. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.